It's time for another episode of Student Stories. This time we find ourselves in the Maravio gym, but this is the Esports arena. And joining us is Emmanuel, Manny Escobedo. Manny, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. This is the very first time I've actually been in the Esports arena.
Is it really?
Yes, never been here before. Didn't even really know about it until recently because of you guys. But typically the lights are off in here.
Right.
So it looks a lot cooler.
Oh, yeah, because we have the LEDs running around the whole room.
Yeah. So that's just wanted to point that out. But thanks for sharing your story with us, Manny. And so tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you get to Laredo College?
So like how Mr. Rubin introduced me, my name is Emmanuel, but most of my friends call me Manny. Even my teachers at high school, middle school, all throughout my school years, I've been called Manny. I'm 23 years old. I've been enrolled at Laredo College since 2020. I graduated high school in 2020, so I'm one of the rare breeds that were part of COVID. The reason why I'm here 5 years later and I haven't graduated, I haven't done anything.
I wouldn't say you haven't done anything.
Well, not that I haven't done anything, but I haven't graduated with an associate's yet. I'm about to. I'll graduate in December. But I took a bit of a gap year. I took about a gap and a half, I'd say, from like 22 to like 23 kind of. So that's why I wasn't really like in school. I was just mainly working most of the time. But I've been trying to get into the radiology program here. If that doesn't work out, I have other things in plan. I want to do the police department here. Okay. So I took the entrance exam in April, this past April. I passed it. I didn't pass the physical, so I'm going to try again when it comes around. So yeah.
Is this for Laredo Police Department?
Yes. This is for LPD. This is for the Laredo Police Department.
Nice. How did you get affected by COVID? Were you in high school when COVID hit?
Yeah. So the funny thing is that it was March and we were just going on spring break.
You never came back.
No, we never came back. It was funny because.
Well, what grade were you in?
I was a senior.
You were a senior?
Yeah, I was already a senior. So we didn't get to have prom.
Yeah.
We didn't have like no senior breakfast. Like all that fun stuff that people usually do like during senior time. The only thing we had that was fun was like the first semester of senior year. So we had like we could dress up like the senior week. We have all that cool stuff. The senior walk after the football game. But the second part of the senior year, we didn't have any fun. Because it was COVID. Like I said, we went out for spring break. It was cool because it was like, all right, you guys get another week off. Yeah. All right, that's fine. And then, okay, you guys are getting another week off. And at this point, you're kind of thinking, it's like, are we going to go back? Or are we not going to go back? And then that's when it was kind of like a worldwide thing. Like, hey, this thing's taking over. So
it was such a strange time. And
it was.
A very tragic time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
A lot of people lost their lives due to COVID. Where did you go to school? Let's start with the elementary and then middle and then high school.
So elementary, I had a couple of different schools that I went to. I would switch between UISD and LISD. Okay. I started at Salinas. That's over there in the south side of Laredo. Not too south. It's mainly over there by United South. It's actually not there anymore. I don't know if you've ever been like towards like Los Presidentes kind of area.
No.
There was
not recently.
No. Well, back in the day, there was a school named Salinas.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've heard of it.
It was on Presidentes Avenue, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's not there anymore. It's demolished. They moved it to a different place. Okay. So I went there, and then this was when I was living with my dad. I went to Salinas, and then I ended up moving in with my mom, very young age, and then I got switched to Ryan Elementary, which is on Clark.
Right.
And I stayed in LISD all the way up until my 8th grade year of middle school. I went to Lamar. I went to MB Lamar. Also there. I don't know which street it's on. I know it's right there by
Arkansas.
Ryan. Yeah, it's by Arkansas. Yep. So I went to Ryan and then Lamar, and then for high school we moved up to the north side over there by the academy on the Loop. Okay. And I went to United. Nice. All 4 years.
Did you have a favorite of all the schools you were
at? No. I just kind of did my thing in school. Well, I actually had to say favorite probably be like middle school, Lamar. Yeah, I did band. I was a band geek. Really? I did band all 3 years.
Why do you laugh?
I don't know. It's just funny. You say band and people laugh at you. I was a tuba player, so I was pretty good.
Only in middle school?
Yeah. I wanted to do in high school. I was actually like when I first got into high school, my freshman year. I went to the summer camps for band, to join at United. I didn't like it. There's a lot more things that
they start like at 6 o'clock in the morning.
And then that's when you start marching and all of that.
Yeah, no, it's very rigorous. It takes a lot of time and it's a lot of waking up early and just a lot of practice. But do you think that COVID affected how you were going to approach college?
I would say yes and no, mainly because, well, one, what I do here at LC is I'm an orientation leader.
Okay.
So I work for the Office of Student Life. Fun fact, I didn't even have an orientation.
Really?
No, we didn't have orientation. I mean, this was COVID. Like, everything was pretty much shut down. When I had my interview with the supervisors there, I told them, I'm like, I never even had an orientation myself, and they were just as surprised as I was, because I'm thinking about it now. It was during COVID, so.
So when did you enter into Laredo College?
That same fall after I graduated, so August of 2020.
So you came to LC for a little while, and then you took a gap year of a year and a half, and then you came back.
Yes.
Yeah. What made you come back?
So I was working mainly throughout that whole gap year. I just kept driving past people that just worked. Like, there's nothing wrong with gardening, landscaping, all of that. There's nothing wrong with that, but man, to do that for the next 30, 40 years, breaking your back, like, just like that, nah.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. And then everyone in my family is pretty much educated. My dad's an RN. My sister's an RN. My stepdad's, he was a firefighter. He retired. He's an RN right now. My mom's a medical assistant. So everyone's kind of like in that medical field aspect, and they're all pretty much educated. And it was
a little pressure on you.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does, because when I graduated high school, my sister graduated college as she got her associates and she got her registered nurse license kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it definitely puts a little bit of pressure on me, because, you know, my sister could do it, you know, they're kind of expecting me to do it. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with like working a 9 to 5, like if you're not educated or if you didn't go to college, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you come from a family like mine where, you know, everybody's kind of went through college already and everyone's pretty much educated, they kind of want you to do the same thing. And
my concern about a gap year is that especially if you're working, once you start earning money, you kind of get used to that money, and there's a danger if you just don't come back to school because you're just earning money.
You don't come back to school.
But you made a very good point. Do you want to do that for the next 30, 40 years? And that's when you have to realize, you know, okay, do I get my education now or do I make money?
Yeah, that's pretty much the mindset I had, because I mean, when I was working, I was making like 14, 15 bucks an hour at FedEx.
And you can make a career out of FedEx.
You could, but I mean, at the risk of hurting your back by the time you're 30, by the time you're 30 years old, you're going to feel like 70, 80 years old, you know what I mean? So it's kind of not worth it, but at the same time, it's good money. When I was working, this is 2021, so I was maybe 19, 20, I was 20 years old. So, I mean, it's good money for what it is, but at the end of the day, do I really want to work that for the rest of my life, for the next 30, 40 years, however long it is? No, that's not what I want to do.
I want to go back to United because I actually had a son that graduated the same year as you from Alexandria.
Oh, really?
Though. Yeah. But I remember the graduation was
on a football field.
Everybody at the football field, everybody had to go in one vehicle. So the parents and the child had to go in one vehicle, and then everybody was spread apart on the football field.
Yep.
Yeah, and even in the stands, you had to be.
And it was hot. It was hot too.
Yeah, it was very unique, very interesting. So at least you have that. You know, you had the graduation in a different way. But by the time you came to LC in the fall, were they doing in-person classes, or was it all online or hybrid?
I believe it was all online, if I'm not mistaken. Like, then again, this was 5 years ago, so I mean, it was kind of a long time ago. All I do remember was I did take like 2 classes. That's another thing that I messed up on was when I would start taking classes here, I would take maybe like 1 or 2 classes a semester. So that's why, like, another reason why I've been here for so long. I didn't start coming full time to LC until spring of 24. That's when I actually started taking like 4 or 5 classes a semester. But in regards back to that, I believe it was only online. It may be hybrid, but I don't think they had like full face-to-face classes just yet. Because I know the high schools weren't doing it yet.
Yeah.
They didn't start doing, I think they didn't start doing face-to-face until maybe the following year of like 21.
Okay.
I could be wrong, don't quote me on it.
I don't remember either.
But when I started taking classes here, it was definitely online. I remember I took a self-placed developmental course because I didn't pass my TSI in high school. I ended up passing that class, but I took that class, and I think I took an English class. I think I took my first, like, 1301.
Yeah.
But that from that, I can only remember it being online. I don't remember it. I don't remember taking hybrid classes during COVID or face-to-face. So.
Well, you know, and you keep making reference to that's why I've been here so long, or that's why I'm that age. Do you feel pressured about that? I mean, because that's the beauty of Laredo College. We have students at all ages, and at different point in their lives.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being over 20 and being still in college, but it's just
reference to it.
No, it's just I mean when you hang around with a lot of like the younger folk, especially here with the guys that I play with here, all these guys are 18, 19 years old. They see me, I'm 23. I'm gonna be 24 this year, so I mean I'm getting up there in age. Not really. I mean, compared to like the full timers that work here, I mean they're obviously going to be a little bit older than me, but. It's funny because my supervisors, Mariana and Pedro, I'm only 2 years younger than them. Mariana, I'm only 2 years younger, and Pedro, I'm only 3 years younger than them. So that's why it feels like I'm old, but at the same time, I'm not old. I'm young.
Yeah.
I don't
just kind of feel that pressure because of the people you're around.
Yeah, the people that I hang around with, they're all, like I said, 18, 19 years old. Yeah. So they see somebody that's 23, 24, and they call him Unc or whatever. that's what everyone. I guess that's the lingo.
Well, better Unc than Grandpa.
Oh yeah.
Because I could be Grandpa, and I know what you mean because I'm interviewing students and everybody's so young and I feel disconnected. But you're like right there with them. So, but I'm glad you came back, and I'm glad that you realized that it was something that you were going to have to do if you want to be stuck in a career that maybe you didn't want to be stuck in for 30, 40 years.
I made the dean's list.
There you go.
I think I made it twice. I think I made it this past semester, and then I think I made because I get the email. It says like the dean's list something because I had a GPA of this and this.
Yeah, and so you actually graduated in December then.
Yes, if it's not December
soon,
might be spring.
Okay,
I need to check with my advisors because they tell me one thing and then they say it means another. But it's definitely not. If it's not December, it's going to be. May.
Now, are you really interested in radiology, or is it just because your family is in the medical?
See, that's a good question because at this, I think taking X-rays is pretty legit, and they get paid good money just to take X-rays. Not just to take X-rays, of course, but they have to do a lot of other things. Yeah. But they make a lot of good money, and it's a wide field. And if I wanted to do radiology, I could easily go into another field like sonography because they're so similar, and sonographers make a lot of good money too. My family wanted me to be a nurse because they're all pretty much RNs. That I didn't want to do that. What I really wanted to do was I wanted to do kinesiology. So I would still want to be in the health field. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like radiology. I don't want to do sonography. I don't want to be nursing. I wanted to do kinesiology, but I wanted to do pre-occupational therapy. Okay. So that's kind of like my calling. My mom, she said I've always been a good coach kind of. I've always been good with kids. I've always been good with, with people in general. So she always told me to be like a physical therapist or go into something like that where you talk to people pretty much every day. You work with them pretty much every day. Yeah. She told me to be a coach, be an athletic trainer, something like that. Something relating to kinesiology. Yeah. But that's probably the main thing I would want to do, pre-occupational therapy, which is in the same field as kinesiology. Yeah. They don't offer it here at LC, unfortunately, because if they did, I would be taking it. But I know at TAMU they do offer that whole transfer program from here to over there. So
that's a possibility as well. For
yes, that's probably what I'm going to end up doing sooner or later. Yeah. So
going back to high school, before COVID, let's talk about before COVID. Did you have an idea of what you wanted to do already? You had no clue.
Nope, no clue.
But did you know you wanted to go to college?
Yes.
Yes. You just didn't know what for.
I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay.
That's the thing that scared me the most because it's I want to go to college, but I don't know what to do. Yeah. And I have time, but at the same time, you don't have time because you can't just take all these classes that are pertaining to one field. And then you're like, no, I don't want to do that. So let me take all these other classes that pertain to this field. And then you change your mind again. So it's kind of I didn't want to do that because one, my dad's a veteran. So I was using the Hazelwood benefits, which I get 150 hours of school.
Nice.
And it's only 150 hours and they run out quick.
Yeah.
And if I'm switching from major to major, field to field, what am I going to pay for school with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So obviously there's financial aid and all of that, but at the same time, financial aid only covers so much. Mm-hmm. So that's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to come into college not thinking that I'm just going to take these classes and then switch over to another major. I didn't do that, thankfully. I stayed kind of I did switch my majors, but I stayed within the same field. So a lot of the classes really didn't change or they actually transferred over to a different program. So at first I was doing nursing. You still have to take anatomy. You still have to take anatomy too, all of that. And then I switched to radiology. But those classes still switch over. So that's the good thing about it. But
were you good students?
Yes. Yeah. I am a good student.
Were you always a good student?
No. Every time we had teacher-parent conferences or like meet the teacher nights, it's the same thing over and over with every teacher. Good student, bright, I'm super bright, all of that.
Talk too much.
Yep, I talk a lot. I talk a lot all the time, but I mean,
that's who you are.
What can I do about it? I'm not going to stay quiet. You can't force me to be someone else I don't want to be. You know what I mean? But I mean, there is a time and place. Absolutely, there is a time and place when to do it. But
it's amazing how, going back to what you were talking about as far as not wanting to know what you wanted to do. And I think a lot of high school students need to know that. Like, you're not always going to know what you want to do. It's good if you do, perhaps. But again, I think peer pressure plays so much into it because you go to graduation and you see all these people getting scholarships and things like that. But it's okay to not know what you want to do. There's a path. Just take your core classes, in the meantime. So I think that's a good message is that, hey, it's okay if you don't know. It'll come to you.
Yeah.
So, Manny, let's talk about what you do here on campus. You work for the Office of Student Life, right?
Yes.
What else do you do?
Like I said, like how Mr. Rubin said, I work for the Office of Student Life. I'm an orientation leader. So for all the first-time in college students that come, I give them orientation. I show them around the campus, show them where they take classes at, what we offer here at school, the services that we offer. Not only that pertain just to class, but here at the Maravilla Gym. That's where it leads into me. This is the Esports arena. This is where we have Esports. This is where we are home to 2 national champion teams. Our Valorant team and of course our Call of Duty team, which I'm a part of. I forgot my ring today. I was actually going to bring it. I should have brought it, but when you win a national championship in esports, you get a ring.
Nice.
So just
there's
like
a ceremony and everything.
There's a whole ceremony and everything that they hold just for esports.
Yeah.
We just had one for our ring. We had some good food. I gave a speech. I think my speech was good.
Yeah, you did.
I sounded a little bit nervous, but I think once I got into that groove, and then when I started talking about my girlfriend, that's when it kind of I wanted to cry a little bit, but I was keeping my composure. But this is the esports arena. We offer a variety of games: Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty, Valorant, Rainbow. I already said Rainbow. Super Smash Bros, Mario Kart, and Rocket League.
Yeah. And it looks a lot cooler with the lights off.
Oh, definitely. It looks way cooler with the lights off because we have the LEDs running around the room. So.
Other than, I want to talk about esports because did you know that was a possibility coming to Laredo College, or did you find out once you were here?
No. So the thing with that was when I graduated high school, I knew there was sports going on here at LC. I knew we had a baseball team because I had a friend. One of my friend's brothers was actually playing here, so I knew we had sports.
Right.
And I knew we had a basketball team. I don't know what other sports we had. I think did we have a tennis team by any chance?
Maybe.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Softball.
Softball, we had a softball team?
I believe so, yeah.
So.
No, I know we did. But,
oh, we did?
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't hold me to it. I should know this, right?
So.
That's not the point. The point is there was sports when you got here.
So there was sports when I don't know, because I think during COVID is when they actually said we're getting rid of sports. But I know there were sports here because, like I said, I have a friend whose brother was on the baseball team here, and he played. But when I came in here, I actually didn't even find out till esports until maybe I'd say 2023, about a year after they had already given it the launch that it wanted.
Was this you after you came back from your gap year?
Yes.
Okay.
So I came back. I didn't join esports just because they didn't offer any games I played. So when esports was first introduced here at LC, they only offered I think Valorant, Super Smash, and Rocket League, and 3 games that I do not play. Mm-hmm. My game was Call of Duty or Rainbow, mainly Call of Duty, but I heard about it because I also had a couple friends that were a part of the esports team here. I didn't know about it back then when they first introduced it. I only found out about it when I came back. Yeah. But like I said, they only offered 3 games, and they also offered FIFA. Okay.
So when they added Call of Duty,
that was that was actually the first year I started taking. Yeah, the first semester where I started taking full-time courses. So it was spring of 24 when I took 3 courses, and then when I found out they were going to add Call of Duty, I was like, okay, what's the requirement? And it's full-time, 12 hours. So I was like, all right, let me add 1 more class, and I can compete. You have to have above a 2.0 GPA. You can't be below. I mean, it's like high school. Yeah. You don't pass, you don't play.
Don't pass, don't play.
So I joined. That's that fall of 24, and that was our debut season for for Call of Duty here at LC. That was our debut season, and that same season we ended up winning a national championship.
What was that like?
Surreal.
Yeah.
It's a crazy feeling. I mean, I've won things in my life. I did karate in high school, so I won a state championship in karate.
Thanks for warning me.
The what?
Thanks for warning me.
Don't worry, I'm not going to use it on you.
All right.
It's only if I have to. It's all self-defense.
Okay.
But I won a state championship in karate when I was in high school, so it's kind of. But I mean, a state championship compared to a national championship, it's completely different. I mean, one, it's just in the state. I mean, don't get me wrong, Texas is big. It's a big state.
A little bit.
One of the biggest states in the country, or probably the biggest behind Alaska or California. Yeah. But you can't compare a state championship to a national championship. I mean, and then obviously the two different things. I did karate one, and then this one's gaming. So it's just a surreal feeling because I've been playing Call of Duty since I could pick up a controller. Maybe since I was like 4 or 5 years old. I started playing on a Nintendo, on a GameCube. I had a GameCube growing up. So yeah, I mean, playing Call of Duty like all my life for the last, I'd say maybe 15 years, 16 years or so. To play competitive at this level, at a collegiate level, and then to win a national championship, it's a crazy feeling. I mean, you put so many hours, you put so many, I wouldn't say sweat and tears, but I mean, you put a lot of like passion into playing, and to come out on top and against all these other schools. And don't get me wrong, like these other schools that we played against during that whole season, there were some guys that played at a higher level than us. These guys, because in Call of Duty they have this thing called like challengers, and that's like below the pros. So like how in the NBA they have the G League, and then it's the NBA. So it's kind of like the same thing. There's like a step down to it. So there's some other guys on different colleges around the country that play in like those like big leagues where they're closer to the pros, and we were able to beat them. And I mean, it's just like it's a surreal feeling to feel. Especially, I don't know if you've seen the video of us actually winning on the rec page here at LC.
No, I'll have to check that out.
I think Mr. Gano posted it when we actually won.
Okay.
It was literally recording over here on this side, and then we had Kevin over here, Benji, Misa, and then me on this side. And like the last 10 seconds before we won the game, I'm already screaming like that we won, and the game hasn't even finished yet. But like I honestly can't even tell you how it feels, because you have to be in that moment. Like to really understand. I can't explain it. It's like really hard to explain.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can explain it, and for lack of better words, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe like having your first kid, having your first child, I mean, it can be that exciting.
When did you realize that you all could win a national championship? I mean, going into the season, did you think you could?
Yes. Honestly, I didn't. I didn't really think. I'm not going to say I didn't think so. But I knew it was going to be a long road, like a huge, huge long road, because one, I didn't know the three other guys that I was playing with. I never talked to them. I've never even seen them before I tried out. I didn't know them. I didn't know who they were. I just knew that they were people that I tried out with and people that I'm going to be playing with for the next.
Why is that important?
What's what?
As far as having to know them, like how does that play into everything?
It's just that connection. It's just that connection that you get with your teammates. It's just you get it. You feel them at a deeper level. If you're able to bond with them outside of the game, you're gonna be able to bond with them inside of the game. You know what I mean? So you obviously have to have that friendship or that bondsmanship, and
does communication come into play at all?
Oh yeah, miscommunication or communication.
Communication. I mean,
just communication in general.
Do you have to communicate during the game?
Absolutely. You have to be. Your callouts have to be in tip top. You have to sound clear. You can't just be screaming whatever and just sounding like whatever, because we're not going to understand it. Nobody's going to understand it. So the cool thing about Misa, Benji, and Kev is that we all tried out at the same time in August, and then we all made the team, and we just stuck together for the next from September all the way to December. So about October, November, December, about 3-4 months. We would. It was funny because we all wanted to start going to the gym here, and we never did because we always got food after we would have practice. So that's what really settled our friendship together, because we would always go out to eat together. We got fat together, so that's what actually really helped us throughout our whole season. That we just had that bondsmanship, that connection between each other, and I think that's what helps a lot of teams, not just us, but I feel like other teams outside of esports, like even just normal basketball teams, teams in the NBA. I mean, you have guys like the Spurs, Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker. They stayed together for how many seasons and they won how many championships? It's just like that. Like if you keep that bondsmanship together, if you keep that friendship together, you're gonna do great things. So that's the positive side of looking at things.
Let's talk about your time here at Laredo College.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think about Laredo College.
It's fun. It's a huge campus. It's big. So be prepared to do a lot of walking if you are going to be new here. I've always enjoyed being here. I've never had any problems here.
Positive experience.
Oh, absolutely, good positive experience. Albeit, like there's some bad apples here and there, but it's nothing that to negate what you can actually experience here at LC. The gym here is amazing. We offer the esports here. Play video games competitively. There's Taco Bell here. So, it's just as expensive as it is out there than it is here, right? But, they offer food that is not like school food. So,
have you been able to take advantage of any of the resources on campus? Any tutoring or anything like that?
Tutoring, I haven't really used. I did use the student health and wellness relaxation room recently. Okay. If you guys didn't know, there's a massage chair in there. They play music for you. It's a nice dim room. So, and there's actually like one of those lazy boys. I think that's what they're called, like a lazy boy.
Maybe.
It's
like a recliner.
Yeah, but it has massage. It massages you, and it's pretty legit. I used it. I wasn't feeling too good at one point. Here, or actually about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I used it. I wasn't feeling good that day, so I told them, hey, just walked in. Can I use the massage chair for a little bit? They let me. I had allergies. That's why. That's why I felt really sick. So I just
felt better after you went in the chair.
Oh yeah, they gave me a Claritin, and I felt good after, and
there you go.
I was good to go. So that's probably the only resources I've really used. I haven't really taken advantage of the other ones here. The rec center, the gym, that's a resource. So I've used the gym here at Montevideo. I play basketball here. I've hit the weight room here, the cardio room.
So when you're not in class or studying and not doing esports, what do you do?
I'm at home.
Yeah.
I'm doing homework. If it's during the semester, fall, spring, homework. That's the most important.
There's some off time.
Playing video games, hanging out with my girlfriend, spending time with her, hanging out with the family.
You watch movies at all?
Yeah.
Any particular genre or?
I'm super into action. I've always been a fan of the John Wick films, all four of them. Even though the fourth one's kind of like, it's kind of okay, but the first two are definitely the best. Some of my favorite movies are like Interstellar. I don't know if you've ever seen Interstellar.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
With Matthew McConaughey. No?
Never seen it. I've heard of it, but I've
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, if you ever do see it, you're going to have to watch it like 2 or 3 times. It's pretty confusing.
Really?
If you watch it the first time around, it's confusing. Okay. Have you seen Goodfellas?
Yes, I have.
I love Goodfellas. Great movie. I like all the old school movies too. Like Tombstone. I don't know if you've seen Tombstone.
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
But good movie too.
I don't watch a lot of movies.
No? What do you prefer?
No, I do watch some, but not for watching series, probably.
Like you prefer watching TV shows and all of that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like series. Do you have any favorite series?
Squid Game. Squid Game is,
just started
the 3rd season.
Is this the final season?
Yeah, I already finished it. Me and my girlfriend, we binge watched the whole thing.
I've been watching The Bear.
The Bear?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I watch a lot of things.
Is it on Netflix?
No, The Bear's on Hulu.
On Hulu.
So, yeah. Anyway, but this isn't about me. This is about you, Manny. So, final thoughts. Anything you want to share with us? Do you have music? What kind of music do you like?
I listen to everything. Yeah. Everything from the 80s to now. Nice. But I'm mostly an 80s fan because of my dad. My dad was part of the hair metal back in the day. So he was born in he was born 68, and he grew up throughout all of that. So definitely the 80s. I have a lot of favorite bands. AC/DC for sure. But AC/DC with Bon Scott, not with Brian Johnson. Don't get me wrong, I love Brian Johnson. But Bon Scott's the OG. Iron Maiden, love Iron Maiden. I've been to a concert. I've been to an AC/DC concert.
Nice.
Molly Crew. I went to Molly Crew. This was actually the year after COVID, or the year when COVID hit. It was in 21. So they were supposed to go 2020 to San Antonio, but I didn't go because of COVID. And in 21, I went to go see them. It was Molly Crew, Def Leppard, Poison. I think Joan Jett went too.
Really?
So that was
You made an interesting comment about AC/DC. Bon Scott wasn't with them for very long before he died. So you only like the time that he was there?
No, I like those 3 albums that he made.
Okay.
That he made with the band, top tier.
Okay.
Like they're probably some of the best albums I've heard, like in rock in general.
Fair enough.
Don't get me wrong, I love Bon Scott, but don't know. There's something about. I mean, I love Brian Johnson, sorry,
Right.
but there's something about like Bon Scott. He just had like that swagger to him. He had that I don't know. He had some like that. What is that? Like that Ric Flair kind of swag to him.
Okay.
But he was. I like Bon Scott, but don't get me wrong. Brian Johnson's really good.
Yeah.
I went to go see a concert with Brian Johnson. His voice, it's hard to imitate his voice.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You cannot.
It's like trying to imitate Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, you can't.
You cannot.
Well, I love Ozzy Osbourne's good too.
I've actually seen AC/DC 3 times. So,
Really?
Yeah, I was a big AC/DC fan. Not so much anymore. I'm too old for that stuff. No, I'm kidding. Manny, any last words? Any final thoughts?
If you plan to come to LC, come to orientation. It is mandatory. If you don't come to orientation, you will get a hold on your account. But other than that, I mean, LC is a very fun place. There's a lot of good people to talk to. There's a lot of good people to hang around with. Of course, there's bad apples here and there, but the majority of the time, you're going to have a good time here at LC. Yeah. The staff and faculty, Mr. Rubin here, very nice gentleman, along with many other people that work here at LC are very, very nice. We offer a plethora of services and a plethora of resources, esports being one of them. You could join esports. All you got to have is 12 semester hours and a 2.0 GPA. But other than that,
I want to try something real quick before we wrap up. Which is the light? Is it that one over there?
Yeah, it's that
I'm
one.
going to stand up.
Okay.
So we can show everybody what the room looks like. They're probably not going to see us. So there we go. So that's what the room looks like.
That is what the room looks like. We can change the colors.
Okay.
We'll usually have it like a brighter color because when we play, we don't want it to be too dark.
Yeah.
But when you're in here, like 5-6 hours out of the day,
and
the lights are off all the time, and somebody comes in and turns the lights on, it's like opening the blinds. It blinds you. But
it's very cool. Must be an interesting environment to be a part of.
Yeah, it's fun
when you're here with these sports. Manny, thank you very much for your time. Good luck to you. I know you're going to continue to do well, and congratulations on all the success.
Thank you. I appreciate it.